already 21 and a half.
21 and a half. Wow.
Do
you feel any different than being 20?
I don't get ID'd anywhere.
You don't?
Uh-uh.
I got ID'd at Walmart yesterday.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, not me.
Yeah. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. All right. So we'd like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks Live on Monday. We're in Gardnerville, Nevada by South Lake Tahoe, Carson City, Reno area, Northern Nevada. We do Facebook and YouTube Lives every Monday and Wednesday at 4. Monday, we try to teach you something. Wednesday is just a sale, although we also have sales on Mondays, but more like auctions and things. We're always doing something kind of wild and crazy. We host retreats up in Tahoe, 5-day retreats. We host mini retreats here at the shop. So if you and your friends ever want to get together, let me know and we can put something together for you. We offer all of our classes via Zoom and or you can come into the shop. We do have several amazing teachers. Right now, we've got a great doll making class going on with Virginia Robertson. So if you want to dabble into doll making or you're an experienced doll maker, you will really enjoy those classes. So make sure you tune in to what we're doing. Let's see here. Welcome, Brenda and Carolyn and Ann and Joyce. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Brenda is the very first person. I have a little pin here. It is from Anna Maria Textiles. It says, I'm lush. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in your basket for being the very first person to log on. So welcome, Brenda, and everybody else. But thank you for being the first person to log on. Hang on a second. I'm going to put your name on here so I know that you won. The cute little pin by Anna Maria Horner. If you have never seen her fabrics, check them out. I love them. They don't sell for us. We brought them in before, and they're, I don't know, they just don't sell for us. But she's one of my favorite designers. Hey, Kathleen and Victor and Sue, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to do the demo first, and then we will move on to auctions with our leftover time. So follow us in here. If you didn't watch, we just did an interview for Quilt Show Reno. We had 2 Cindy's on, and they are doing, Cindy Myers has some piece classes and a beaded tape measure, which is super fun. If sometimes in the evenings you want something to do, if you're staying in the hotel, you want something to do and kind of, you don't really want to tax your brain with a class with a billion techniques. So the beading class, I think, would be a fun one to take. And then she's got some piecing of One Block Wonder type quilts. And then if you have ever wanted to dabble in free motion quilting your own quilts, whether they're small or large, Cindy Seitz Krug had some great free motion classes that even I think would be good to learn. Even if you're a long armor and you're not doing it on your domestic machines, her classes are geared to domestic machines, but her, I think as a long armor, you would learn a lot also. So, that's who we just interviewed. You can go back to Quilt Show Reno and look at the interview. And I also want to remind you guys to be working on your outfits because Kathy and Lynn are going to be passing out raffle tickets all day, every day during the show for anybody who's wearing something handmade or has a tote bag or anything like that. You'll get raffle tickets, and then we'll have drawings back on the free stage every day. So I'm super excited about that. That's like just in the organizing stages right now. So I had Sandy needed to know, I don't know if she's on, but Sandy needed to know how to do confetti flowers. So this is a class that's in our landscape class we offer pretty frequently. In the landscape class, you get a protective sheet like this with all the directions written in, and then you make a sample and then put it in here so that you have this book with the directions to reference. So this is the confetti. This is the one she had a question about. So I'm just going to show you real quick. With confetti, you're going to, and a lot of you have seen where people take the confetti, they lay it on their project, then they put the netting on top of it. I think the netting dulls it. So I like to use the netting on the bottom. You do not necessarily need a netting, but the netting's like insurance. So you take your wash away and you need to have double the size so that you can fold it over. And then, and I'll show you what it makes in just a second. You take the netting, you lay it down on half of your wash away. Then you take whatever you're going to use for your confetti, chop it into tiny little micro pieces. Then you're going to place it here. So all these would be placed here in small little pieces. Then you're going to close it over. You're going to pin it around the edges so your pieces don't fall out. And then you will just scribble stitch or whatever kind of stitch you want all around it. Then you take this to the machine, you wash it away, and then you'll have your confetti. So this here, that's kind of a quick explanation because I must have said something or Sandy wrote something down wrong so that it got confusing. So I took this pattern here. It was a free coloring pages pattern. I numbered this so I would know where to put my leaves. And then this flower here, I didn't want to do all those tiny little applique pieces. So this I did confetti. So this is what it turned out to be. So these are all my little numbered pieces for the leaves. And then this here is the confetti. So I just took this basic shape here and my confetti and cut it into the shape that I wanted and then stitched it on to my background. So that's what confetti looks like in real life. I'm also going to show you because I just did this over the weekend. I just did this. I'm working on a dragonfly. So I have, if you can see here, I wanted, and so it was kind of an experiment. I didn't really love the first one. I loved the second one, but I wasn't able, see how like crisp and clear it was? But I didn't have any netting because I wanted it to be kind of see-through, but I wanted the thread for the veins. And then on the rest of them, I think, I don't know, I just got too much gray thread or something. But I don't want to redo them, so I think they're good enough. But you can see here, I did add some Angelina, and we're in the process of trying to get some Angelina for you guys. It's a fine little polyester material that when you heat it together, it sticks to itself. So it's great to add into quilts. A lot of people use it in water scenes. So anyways, this is, I took my wire and I bent it in the shape of the wing, which was kind of hard because it's a jewelry wire, so it kind of moved around. But I took the wire and then I had the wash away on the bottom, and I put just a little bit of confetti pieces of fabric. You can kind of see here, there's a little bit of confetti, tiny little pieces. Then I did a little bit of chopped up thread so that it would be like the veins in the wings. And then I did a circle stitch all the way on the inside, but there was nothing to hold the wire to the wings. So then I did a zigzag stitch over the wings. So that's another way to use confetti and your wash away. So that's a project in process. Devin, are you going to read me the comments? Or I have to?
Cool wings.
Okay, good. Thanks for that. So this I showed you guys.
Pretty flower.
Last week I showed you guys this. Phyllis made it for us. We'd ordered a bolt of this because Connie needed it for a deer project, but she needed one panel, and now we've got like 80 panels here on the bolt. So I sent it home with Phyllis to figure out what it is. So this is a Quilt Smart fusible grid. You can see here that one panel for $5.75, so that's 94. If you need this, let me know. One panel is, once you sew it down, is going to be this size. So this is a finished size. Phyllis is going to take it and she's going to use a lining and turn it into like a messenger bag or a purse of some sort. So basically you're just piecing, but a cheater way of piecing where you get nice points. So she came over and gave me a little mini lesson. So I'm going to try to do this. You're going to need your pressing sheet. You need a Teflon pressing sheet or a, fiberglass one. So this is a fiberglass one from Bonash. You can see We have used this for years. It's got some of our paintings on it, but just make sure that it doesn't have any fusible, okay? So if you used it with Steam-A-Seam, which a lot of times if you're doing applique, you're gonna use your pressing sheet because you don't wanna get the fusible on your iron. So just make sure that you run your hand over it. Make sure there's no fusible already stuck to it because you don't want the fusible to get onto your iron. So Devin and I made this up real quick this afternoon. So here's our grid. We actually cut the grid down into thirds because we didn't want to do a big project. So we cut our 2-inch strips and we want to make sure that all of our birds are going the right way. So we have 2x2 squares. We've laid them on the grid. So you can see here the little dots. That's where your 2-inch squares are going to go. So we've laid them there on the bumpy side. The bumpy side is up. Make sure if you've got, Devin, what happened here?
You put the blue one in the wrong spot.
Okay.
I don't know why you're talking to me.
Well, because you can see what I did before I knew something wasn't right. Okay. So when we cut this, we cut 2-inch strips. So we do have extras. So if you want a kit for this, what we're doing, we can give you some pre-cut squares. And we'll show you that in a minute. So we've got it laid the way we want it, and we're going to fuse it. Now, I have never done this before, so you're just going to have to bear with us, and hopefully we do it correctly. I don't really want to iron it because I don't want anything to shift, although Phyllis did say that it was very forgiving. Okay, so if Phyllis says it's forgiving, I think we don't have to stress out too much. Doing this live for the very first time.
So you cut wonky rectangles, not thin slivers, to get the pieces of confetti that large?
I just take my rotary cutter and cut randomly to get tiny pieces about, slivers, like 1/4 inch or less. 1/4 inch squares or less, but just they're very wonky pieces. I literally will put all my pieces down and I'll take my rotary cutter and I'll just shiver, like slice right through it randomly. So they're all weird sizes. Who was that?
Sandy.
Yeah. All weird sizes, Sandy. Does Sandy have any other questions? Did it make sense now, Sandy, or have I still confused you? Okay. So once you have this ironed, and you're going to want to make sure because we didn't trim this. Oops. Once you have it ironed, some of it's not ironed. I might have not been paying attention. Okay. So so make sure you get it hot so that our iron turns itself off. So we might not have melted all the glue. And this one Phyllis did say that one of them, so she did 2 different things. We have those beads, the rob Peter to pay Paul one, but we might have to do that a demo a different day because this is going to take a little bit of time. I'm not going to do the whole thing because, it's just too time consuming. Maybe Devin will do it as a reel so that you can see it later. Okay, so that is our grid all iron. If Phyllis pops on and tells us we're doing it wrong, then let me know. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to, so if any of you've done this, let me know if I'm doing it wrong. But I think that you just take it like this, and then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch. So hang on a second. We're going to sew a 1/4 inch. I didn't read any directions, so I'm just going by the seat of my pants. Of course, the machine came unthreaded. Devin's going to get up real close and personal while I thread the machine.
You don't want me to? I can scoot back.
Oh, my eyes aren't like what they used to be. It used to just go right in the hole the very first time. Now you kind of got to... okay, flip it around so I'm going to lick it.
Nothing's wrong with that.
Okay,
Your slivers are a nice size. Mine were microscopic. That's when I switched to a different technique.
oh,
Freeform cutting with scissors of
yeah.
petals.
Yeah, you don't want them too tiny. I mean, maybe for some things you might want them real tiny, but for the most part, you don't want them too tiny.
Well, I said you're doing it correctly.
Okay, good. Okay, so then I'm going to start here on the line. I guess I could start back, but I don't. I'm going to start right on the line. And I'm just going to sew kind of a 1/4 inch here. This is like a miracle, I hear. People that have done this love it. So, you know, for me, I loved piece backgrounds. If I'm doing a collage, I love to do piece backgrounds. Okay. And then we're going to pull this up. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like, there, that's going to be the seam going one direction, okay? So we have to do all the seams going the same way before we do the next one. So then I'm going to pull up this is the one I just sewed here. Then I'm going to pull up the next one and I'm just going to sew that. So I'm going to do this one and then that's it. I'll have Devin do a reel or something so he can speed it up so you guys can see. But I just want to show you how easy it really does go together. It probably took us the most time to cut the 2-inch squares, but this would be a great project for using up your scraps. Although, I mean, you would cut your scraps and you would literally use 2 inches off of 7,000 fabrics. I love how it uses up your stash for scrap quilts. Okay, so there you can see the two seams there. So then when I get done with the rest, then we'll be able to go this way. And then when you're done, it is going to be perfectly sewn like Phyllis's, just like this. So you can see here how she sewed all these rows here. And then she went and sewed all the rows here, or vice versa. I think she sewed all these rows first, and then she sewed all these rows, and she ironed them all the same direction. So there you go. She's created her own fabric. If she had used like, well, no matter what fabrics you use, but I would use like real light fabrics, and then I would do a flower or some kind of a collage on top, just to give your applique interest. So that's a fun, easy way. If you guys need some grid, we do have the grid to make this size when you're done is this one of these panels. So you can get multiple panels and then just sew them together to do a whole quilt if you wanted to, or a bigger tote bag. But one of these panels is S94 for $5.75. If you're new to watching and you have never ordered from us, just type in S94. S is you committing to buying it, and then 94 and how many of these grids you want. And then if you want a smaller grid, so we cut the grid into thirds because we didn't want to do a big project. So this is a third of this. So it's probably going to make, let me fold it in thirds so you get an idea of what it's actually going to make. So it'll probably be about this size, which I thought would be perfect for, Gracie, it's right in the middle of the live. Can you call back? No. What do you need? I'll call you back later. Okay, bye. Sorry. You would think your kids would know that you've been doing this live for 5 years. Okay, so this size grid is going to make about, so for $3 you can experiment. It'll make about this size, which is what we're doing because we have a good idea in our head, we think, but we haven't done it yet. But so what we're going to do is we are going to do a little bit of slow stitching on this. So this was one kind of a sample of what I did when I was on vacation with my sister. I hand sewed all of these in the motorhome. These were vintage retro blocks. And so I thought, oh, it'd be so fun to do the hand stitching movement and do some slow stitching and all that great stuff. So I hand sewed them. Really, the hand sewing was not the fun part. The fun part was doing all of the embellishing and different fun stuff. So we do have all of these wool circles in every color you can imagine and every size, like these wool circles here. I just attached those with French knots. We do have all those wool circles in every color of the rainbow. If you need those, let me know and we'll put them on Wednesday's sale. But so what I thought would be fun, this I put too much work into to cut it down to be the right size. But with the grid that we're making, I'm going to make that the right size. And then we're going to stitch it on to these cute little tote bags. So see how much fun, and I know I should have it finished before I show you, but half of the fun is dreaming it, okay? So, and Lynn came up with our new slogan, dream it, create it, share it. So this is going to be sewn on the pocket, although in the new color, the colors that we are doing. And then if you need these little project bags, they're already pre-sewn. You can take them apart, unassemble them, and then sew I'm just going to hand stitch. I'm going to do a running stitch of whatever I make onto the pocket. And then it's already lined. It's got a little magnet, but I thought these would be cute for little project bags. So if you need the project bags, you've got S91 or the green one is S90. And those are $6. So this, I think, is going to be super cute when we get our slow stitching done or our embellishing done. It will look something like that. And then I did pull this fabric from that fabric line because that would be cute to cut out the bird and like put the bird on there or have the bird somewhere else. I just thought it would be fun. So cute little ideas to inspire you, to get you sewing. If you want the smaller size interfacing, S92 is $3. That's going to be a third. If you want S93 is $15, and that is for the interfacing, the tote bag of your choice, the color. So for $15, you get the interfacing, the tote bag, and you get the leftover squares. So the first person who orders the kit will get the squares cut the 2 inches left over. If we sell too many of them, which we might not sell any of them, but if we sell too many of them, then you're just getting strips because Devin's not cutting any more 2-inch squares. So that is for this demo. And then let's go in here.
Said, what size is the $6 one?
The 575. The S90. S94 is 575. And that's going to sew up to this size. So that's this size. And then the ones that are cut in thirds, those ones are $3. So this is going to be a third. This one for $3 is going to be, it's going to sew up to about, let me fold this in thirds. So it will sew up to about this size. So if you just want to experiment with this technique, you're not sure if you want to make a king size quilt or not, just get this one so you can experiment with it. Or, so if you want the bag, the interfacing, and the fabric, it's S93 for $15. I like to make everything very confusing here at Fabric Chicks. Or S92 for the third of the interfacing. If you want the whole piece of interfacing like it was meant to be, that's going to be S94 for $5.75. And then I thought it would be cute because you guys have been collecting the ribbons from us. So you can take the ribbons and then, it's got like webbing for the handle, but you could take the ribbons or rickrack and sew those down the center. You could sew those down the center of your handles. So that's just kind of a cute idea depending on what fabric you use. You could just sew the rickrack. You can do some embellishing.
What size is the bag?
Are you showing what I'm showing?
Yeah.
Okay.
What size is the bag?
The bags they're not great big bags. They're kind of little project bags. They've got a pocket right here in the front, and then it has a magnet closure. And they are about, let me get to where I can add, about 10 inches. It's about 10 inches by 8 inches. So 8 inches tall by 10 inches across. Okay, so that is our demo for today. And then let's go on. If you have any questions about sewing the grid, let me know. I'll try to finish that tonight and have it for Wednesday's project, but no promises, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's see if I missed any comments. Oh, Devin's getting smart. He's going to write down your orders as he's filming so he doesn't have to go back and rewatch it. You want a pen? Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go. Yes, Beverly Ann, we're on Facebook and YouTube right now. It streams to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so you can use whatever you prefer. The only thing is you have to make sure that I repeat the YouTube comments because we don't get those. Once we end the lives, we have the Facebook comments, but we don't still have the YouTube comments. I have to go to YouTube, and I can never find them. But we are on Facebook right now live. Okay, let's see if I missed any of your comments. I'm going kind of fast. I know we need Angelina. I have tried to order it wholesale, and it's a little bit tricky, so I'm working on it. But the problem is that when you order it wholesale, it comes by like U-Haul truck trailer sizes. Okay, let's see. Beverly Ann, the wings were really fun with the wash away and stitching. It just was kind of an adventure because I was using wire so that they could be dimensional. And I knew it would work with netting on the bottom to stabilize it, but I didn't want the netting because dragonfly wings are so see-through that they're so translucent. I don't know, whatever the word is. So it was kind of an experiment, but it's still a work in progress. I'm working on the quilt upstairs. Right now, last night till 2:00 this morning, I was working on dimensional flowers to go. There's some collage flowers that I'm putting in there that I've just cut out of the fabric print, but I also want some dimensional flowers with thread painting. So I'm working on that. So hopefully very soon I'll be able to show you guys. Okay, let's see. Can you do a demo on wings sometime? Yeah, Anne, there's nothing I'd rather do than a demo on wings. They actually are pretty fun, but it's a lot of stitching because you don't have the netting as insurance. And so you really have to stitch over your stitches or stitch over your confetti fabrics so that when you wash away the wash away, you don't just have like a piece of string and nothing, it hasn't like caught itself. So I really like just sewed and sewed and sewed and sewed forever. I always wet the thread by my mouth. I know, Peggy, but it's not a pretty sight on TV. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to not skip any of your comments. I've been looking at a cute purple quilt while waiting for the video to start. Oh, well. Well, that was the cute purple quilt was the project. Okay, let's see. Victor is very much like the Mondo bag, but it's 2-inch squares. I think Mondo bag is 2.5-inch squares, so you can use the jelly roll. But it sews up the same exact way. So if you need the Mondo bag, that was on the sale a couple weeks ago. But we can get that. We can put it back on the sale. If anybody missed the Mondo bag, it's the same kind of grid, just larger squares. Okay, let's see. You could just sew on the front and do a decorative stitch. Yes, Lynn, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to rip anything apart. But the original inspiration for doing the slow stitching, what came from Kathy Holden. If you guys haven't started following Kathy. She's very fun to follow. She is vintage. Everything vintage is Kathy. And she came to one of our retreats a couple of years ago, and she was doing some slow stitching, and she deconstructed a pre-made bag to sew it on and to add her own lining. So you really can take a lot of pre-made things and make them one of a kind by just doing little tricks and tips, which leads me into I don't know if you guys have seen, because I've been on the phone all day fighting with our website people because our emails, the links are not posting on our emails. So we have Sandy DeRosa teaching for us April 14th. So all you need is to go find a t-shirt. But even if you don't want to necessarily do it for a t-shirt, it's going to be a good lesson on garment construction. So she's going to teach us how to remove an arm sleeve from your t-shirt and then add a fabric sleeve in. So it's basically, she said you could do 2 sleeves in an hour. So it's an hour class. It's $35. If you can't make it live on April 14th, we can send you the recording. And let me just pull it up in case you guys haven't seen it. They're super cute. She is actually selling them on her website. Her t-shirts are selling, and she sold out of a lot of them, but her t-shirts are selling for $120. But I think it would be super cute if you've got grandkids or younger kids. I think it would be cute on their t-shirts also. It just kind of makes them a little bit more boutique-ish. So here is a photo of Sandy in one of her t-shirts where she's added sleeves. And then here's another one where she's added, I think it's probably a longer sleeve shirt. And then she's added kind of those bell sleeves. So there's another one that she's added. So just so you have an idea of the construction of the sleeves. And just in case you didn't see the interview, we interviewed Sandy a few weeks ago. Super sweet. She is, follow her on Facebook. She's kind of a, what do you call them? Not an ambassador, but Devin. What do you call it? Like Matt Couture, influencer. She's kind of an influencer in the quilting world. But she's like handmade treasures galore. She's got demos on how to take your jeans and add embellishments and appliques, how to cut the wedge to add, vintage quilt into it. She's also teaching some of her art quilts at a Sillamar next year, which is kind of exciting. So she's really kind of a treasure. We're lucky to have her. And the class, if you can't make the class live, you can, we can send you the recording. So $35 for that class. Okay, let's see. I started my Trash to Treasures. Are you still doing owl competition, or did it change to the Dragonfly? So Donna Baker, I love a challenge. Actually, I love to give you guys challenges to get you sewing. I try to do them, but oftentimes I don't. I've never once done a Trash to Treasures challenge, but I am in the process of doing the Dragonfly challenge and the Owl challenge. So at our retreats, and we sponsor the goodie bags, the VIP goodie bags at Quilt Show Arena. We've sponsored those for like the last, 10 years or 12 years or something. So in the goodie bags, I like to always put some kind of a challenge. So the owl was a pattern that I found of Eleanor Peace Bailey's that she never released the pattern. So it's never been out in the world. I just found it upstairs in my file of goodies. So the owl is still a challenge, and the Dragonfly is a challenge. I know the Dragonfly was given to everybody at our retreats. So the more you do with us, the more we kind of keep you in the loop of everything that's going on. Which is always something kind of crazy, and it's hard for me to even keep track of. Okay, let's see. Tina, there are a nonstick.
What time's the class on the 14th?
Tina's having a problem with nonstick needles. Okay, did you see that comment? I didn't see a comment, but the nonstick Teflon needles are amazing. People love them. I sell a ton of them. I didn't use one row on the panel, so a whole panel would be 2 inches bigger on one side. Oh, did you get tired of sewing 2-inch squares? Or were you like Devin? Devin had to cut a whole strip, the width of the fabric, to get 2 more squares. So he was like, Mom, this is ridiculous. Off of all 4 fabrics, he had to cut an extra strip for 2 squares. Cindy, you totally could use any size squares. The grid is just nice because it helps you line it up, but you could just cut your squares, use your ruler. I mean, you could get creative. It just seems that we're like, we just kind of get a little bit lazy and we want it all spelled out for us. Okay, so let's see. What size is the 6? Did we already answer that question? It seems like we did.
I don't know.
What size is the $6?
Oh yeah, we answered that one.
Yeah. Okay, I think that we answered that when we were in there. Okay. Oh gosh, you girls are getting crazy there with the comments. Oh good. I'm glad he updated your credit card, Donna. And Victor's class for tomorrow and the next week, he said he updated, he posted the project. So I'll get out. I think he sent me an email. I've been on the phone with tech for our website pretty much all day. Wait, I was wondering about the add me to the class. How much? The t-shirt class is $35 and it's from 11 to 12, but she said if it goes longer, that's fine. So 11 to 12 on April 14th, and it's $35. Let me know if you want me to add you to that for the t-shirt quilt with Sandy DeRosa. I think you will not be disappointed. I'm looking forward to it. I think the biggest challenge is going to be finding a t-shirt, because I don't really love to wear t-shirts, but finding a t-shirt, and she said she likes to go like a size bigger than normal so they're not real clingy. Okay, let's see. Can I get a copy of the dragonfly? Can I do a different owl? So, Donna, with the owl, you can do any owl you want. You were given an owl pattern just as inspiration because a lot of people need the pattern to get their juices flowing, but then they kind of go off into their own world. So usually with any challenge that we do, we give you kind of a place to jump off from. And then where you soar to is your own, only your mind is your limit. So you can do anything. And I'll see if I've got another dragonfly pattern for you. I was wondering about the zigzag around the wire. I can do it. Yes. And for the dragonfly, it was zigzag. So I put my machine to a circle stitch. So it just did little circles forever. And I just stitched over and over and over itself, kind of creating lace. And then once that was secure, then I did a zigzag over the wire. I didn't want to hit the wire because I didn't want to mess up my machine. So slow your machine down, and it's very time consuming. For me, I like to go real fast, but I slowed it down because I didn't want to wreck my machine. I did at one point hit the wire, but I was using jewelry wire, so it just bent real easy. If I'd been using a heavier gauge wire, it would have really messed up my machine. So I really suggest you slow your machine down and really take the time if you're doing the zigzag over the dragonfly wing. But you have to do the zigzag and connect, like catch your circles, because your threads have to connect. If you just do the zigzag over the wire and it doesn't connect to your circle stitching, then it won't be attached. So it was kind of a tricky thing, all with the wash away on there. I didn't want to add more fabric scraps because I wanted it to be translucent. So, I mean, there's some things I would do differently if I were going to do it again, but I'm not today. So that's going to be, what I have is going to be in my project. Okay, let's see. Okay, we answered all those. Yes, Christy, it can be any owl. The owl challenge can be any owl. In anything. If you want to do the dragonfly, I had my sister and Doris did the dragonfly at the retreat last year because they knew they wouldn't get it done during the year. So they just kind of looked at the pattern I gave them, and then they drafted their own dragonflies. And I think that Doris felted hers, and I think Jody might have felted hers also. And then mine, I'm doing the dimensional with collaging and all kinds of crazy stuff. So that's that. Okay, let's see. Perfect, Ian. Post your owl. That would be perfect. Donna Baker, I'm right there with you. I cannot rein my brain in, and then I can't sleep at night. So literally at 2:00 last night, I forced myself to go to bed. But I was like right in the middle of doing a flower. Oh, it was so brutal. Yep, a felted owl would be perfect, Christy. Okay, so that is, I think I've caught up with the comments. If you have any questions, type them in again if I missed your comments. It's kind of crazy. Well, that's just the way my brain works. So I'm glad, I'm thankful that you guys just put up with me. So we do have a few auctions for today, not too many. But I know one of you asked for camouflage fabric. I'm not sure who it was. So if there's somebody on there who needed the camouflage fabric, I have a 1 yard of it. S95 is $7. S95 is $7 for the camouflage fabrics. And then we have, that's not an auction, just if you want the camouflage fabrics, and whoever it is knows who they are, but they might not be watching and I don't know who it is. So if somebody else wants it, help yourself to it. And then we have an auction here. It says, complete kit, floss already on numbered cards, fabric, needle, pattern, and instructions. S1551, S1551. The auction is starting at $5. So if you'd like to do counter cross stitch, now is the time to get it. It's going to be 16 inches by 11 inches. 16 inches wide by 11 inches high. The auction number is S1551. The auction is starting at $5. If you've never done any of our auctions, it's super easy. You just type in what you're willing to pay. Don't wait till the last second and let it slip away, because when we say it's the end, okay? But most, you guys are crazy. Sometimes they go up by $1 or whatnot. Okay, here is S101. It's $10. I meant to have Devin measure these before, but these make great tote bags. You can use these. They're kind of canvas. This one is stitched up the center, it looks like. So maybe, and it's hemmed. So maybe it was a tablecloth at one time, but for a very big table. It's beautiful fabric. It would actually make a really pretty vest. You can make a vest out of it. I mean, or you could cut it and collage with those big flowers. You can make tote bags, reusable tote bags. Let me tell you the number again. You would get 1 billion tote bags out of this. I don't know where the number went. Kind of hear it. Of course, on the inside. S101 is $10. S101 is $10. The auction is starting at $10. Ginormous. You could use it for a tablecloth. You could use it for curtains. You can use it for anything you want. Because, you know, once you buy it, it's yours. S1601 is also for $10. This looks like it's just yardage. It hasn't been hemmed yet. Oh, gosh, you could make drapes out of it. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roughly 4 yards of fabric. A upholstery weight fabrics. I lost the card for this one too. Devin, well, you should have measured it for me.
She didn't ask. It's there. Is it that one? Oh wait, no, there it is. It's in the middle.
It's in, okay. Okay, so this one is S1601. S1601. The auction is starting at $10 also. So if you need upholstery fabrics, It's kind of got a linen look. I don't think it's linen. It could be. It's made in Canada. The platinum, let's see. An original screen print design for the Platinum Collection, Rich Loom, copyright Mimi, US, Canada, and this way is up. So copyright, no, that's all it's got. So I don't know. To me, it would make great reusable bags, or it would be a great vest. S1601 or a jacket. You could do a jacket if you wanted. 1601. Both of those are starting at $10. Hey, Connie Wiggins, how are you? It would be a beautiful kimono. Yes. Okay. So, did you do anything with the burlap coffee bags? Perfect size for a cutting mat carrier. Oh, that's true. It is a perfect size. We have done. We did a sunflower wall hanging. Funny you should ask. Come here real quick, Devin, and we'll show you what we've done with the burlap coffee bags. So here is our shop dog, really guarding the place. So if you hate dogs, let us know. Although it wouldn't change much of anything. When your kids grow up and leave their dogs, you have no choice but to bring them to work with you. So we used it as a sunflower. We putTerial Magic on it to make them kind of stiff, to give them dimension. So we cut out the coffee bags for that. Then we did coffee bags that we used the coffee background, and then just fused some hearts on for our no sew project, and then glued it onto a canvas. So just quick and easy projects. And then we also turned it up here, and we did XOXO, where we just cut out the burlap coffee bags and then applicate on them. And then up here we did a love banner. So just fun, quick and easy projects. We do have kits for those. The XOXO banner, including the ribbon and your fabrics, and that's $17.95. The No Sew project is apparently free. It's $7.99. So if you want the heart project, if you want something mindless and a quick project, you could turn it into a quilt, a little wall hanging quilt, but it would be a great one for your grandkids to do too. So $7.99 for those. And then the sunflower kit is $25 for the embellishing and the pattern. And then you would just need to get the coffee bag because we didn't want to do a big kit. But coffee bags are down here, and those are $4 a piece, or 3 for $10. So a coffee sack looks like this. Let's see.
Yeah, you're gonna untie one?
No, did you roll them up?
No, I thought that's a job. Never mind.
Okay, so here's what the coffee sacks look like. So you totally could cut it down to the size of your cutting mat and then put a handle on it. That is a super good idea, Donna. I did not think of that, but we're in the process of writing a little booklet with just different ideas for the coffee bags. One lady came in and bought them, and she recovered some stools with them. So it's a super good price point. You can go on Pinterest and find all kinds of different things to do with coffee sacks. And they all have something different written on them. So just kind of a fun upcycled project that you can do. And for $4 a piece, or $3 if you buy
$10
if you buy three. So that's the coffee sacks. Okay, so let's go back to our auctions. We're like squirrels. We're so easily led astray. Okay, let's see what the auction is. I'm glad you guys can keep doing the auctions. I'm glad you guys can keep doing the auctions when we're sidetracked. Okay, so we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this closed up. Get your final bids in. 1551 is Sharon Weber for $5. And we just scored a bunch of patterns. A lot of Verna Musker. I don't know. I always say her name wrong. But a lot of Vernus patterns and a lot of block of the months. So those I'm going to try to get ready for Wednesday. Okay, S95. I don't think we had any takers on the camouflage fabrics. If you guys know, it was probably on one of our Zooms. Somebody said they needed camouflage fabrics. I thought we were all out, but when we cleaned up the other day, I found one piece. Okay, S1601. 1601 is going to Jenny for $10.
No.
What?
Donna Baker?
Nope, she said please cancel S. Oh yeah, she said cancel S101. Okay, yeah, good job. Good eye, Devin. 1601. Okay, Donna Baker for 15. And Donna, do you want us to ship or do you want us to hold till you come to town? It doesn't bother us. We can do either way. Okay, 101 is Evelyn for 17. Evelyn for 17. And okay, that was a I know if anybody's a Ruby Star follower and wants this sticker, just let me know. We'll throw it in your basket. And then we have a $25 gift certificate for one of the luck. Oh, Jenna's giving me the look. He hates when I give away gift certificates. Did you? Because you didn't get a better giveaway. Like you could give away a panel if you found it. But today it's a $25 gift certificate because we've already said it.
It was a 20. No,
but
I didn't say it.
You should get the next prize ready.
You gave away a $25 gift card the last time.
I know, but we didn't get anything else ready. So, okay, so we have, we have a Ruby Star sticker on the table right now. So we have a $25 gift certificate. So if you haven't followed us on Fabric Chicks Stitch Along, that's a private Facebook group page for Fabric Chicks and our followers. And on there we post, you can post what you're working on. So Friday, we've kind of tried to start a campaign because the average American watches their phones and devices for 7 hours per day, which is a little bit criminal when you think about it. So we are really pushing stop scrolling and start sewing. Just think about what you could get done if you started sewing instead of scrolling. Although then sometimes you miss a post. It's kind of like FOMO. I'm suffering. It's really a struggle for me because I post something and then I want to see what your guys' comments are. And so I've literally had to say, okay, once you post something, you cannot pick up the phone for like an hour. Like I have to set an alarm. Otherwise, I'm trying to cheat and see if anybody's posted something I can't live without. So stop scrolling, start sewing. Just imagine what you could do. Even if you did it for 3 hours, if you cut half of your scrolling time in half, if you cut your scrolling time in half, you would get so much more sewing done. So I'm on a mission for us to all sew more. So if you post that Ann says yes, the $25 gift certificate. Okay, I've got the names here for the people that posted. So if you post your projects on Friday and then post your projects, we would love to see how much you've gotten done on Sunday, but sometimes you don't. So if you post, I just put your name in here. Okay, so I have Kim Gilliland. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to respond because I don't think Kim is on. Kim's going to be so sad. Might be a good idea to ship as I think there is a lot in my basket, perhaps after we are done on Wednesday, if you're all right with that. That's fine. Yes. Okay, Jenny is the Ruby Star sticker. And, we have 5 minutes. I thought we were out of time.
Oh, that's basically out of time.
Kim Gillen, we're waiting on. Okay, so we have an auction book. I only have one of these books, Simply Amazing Spiral Quilts. It's normally $29.99, and we're just going to flip through it when Devin's done scrolling on his phone. We're going to have him scroll through it. Here, we're going to start this auction at $10. So S69 is starting at $10. And I'm just going to show you what is in the book.
Is that for this?
This is for S69, is for the Simply Amazing Spiral Quilts. And we're waiting for Kim Gilliland to respond. So in this book is crazy piecing that I would never do. I mean, I might, but I'm not when I'm as a shop owner. Maybe when I retire, I'll have time for these crazy things. But a lot of you love to piece, so this would be good for you. And then there is a DVD also in there. So let's see what the secret notes are here. How to do binding. So you've got a special edition on how to do binding. So S69 is $10. Super pieced quilts, gorgeous quilts. If you are into that, might be good. Okay, I read that already. Okay, Kim Gilliland, are you there? Okay, I'm gonna draw another name, and I'm not looking in. I have here Jackie Wimberly. Jackie and Candy, are you watching? They always watch together. They like go to each other's houses to watch this. But I'm not sure. I didn't see them commenting either. Okay, S69 is for the Spiral Quilts book. That's kind of a collector's edition. If you want that, I do have a couple of cards here. I don't know if you're into cards, but they were, I don't know, some greeting cards with some quilts. So if you want those, let me know, and we'll get those in your boxes. If you want the flyers. Oh, well, is Jackie not with you, Candy? That is tragic. I'm going to give her 30 more seconds to respond, then I'm going to pick somebody else. Candy, that's so sad. Where's Jackie? Okay, so if you need the flyer for Springtime in the Pines Quilt Show 2025, Pine Tree Quilt Guild of Nevada County in Grass Valley, here is their flyer. If you want a Grass Valley flyer, let me know and we'll pop that in your basket. And then if you want, we get these mailed to us all the time. And like you have to go in my bathroom to find all of these treasures. So I thought if you guys are in this area, we have Sierra Mountain Quilters Association, Oakhurst, California, Mountain Magic Quilt Show, May 17th through the 18th. May 17th through the 18th. If you want that flyer, let us know and we'll get that in your basket also. Okay, S69, we only have Fran bidding for $10. Fran, we're going to give it to you. You're going to love piecing this. Okay, Fran, she was doing laundry when I talked to her a while ago. That is a bummer, Candy. Okay, I'm going to pick another name. Never miss a meeting. Haven't you guys heard that saying? Miss a meeting, miss a lot. When you miss a meeting, you usually are the one who gets volunteered for all the hard work. Okay, so the next winner, Carolyn Gavernich for the $25 gift certificate to Fabric Chicks. Are you here? Let's see. Okay. Oh, if anybody wants these, I literally am cleaning up upstairs. You would never know. Reno tickets for Quilt Show Reno. I have no idea what the cost is, Jenny, but we do have $2 off coupons. Okay, so these are little embroidery floss bags. Floss away, they're called. And then it stores them so your floss doesn't get dusty. It's got a little hole punch there for you to put on a ring. So I have a bunch of these. If you want them, they're free. Just say you want the floss bags. It even comes with 3 buttons, apparently. So if you want those, let me know. and we will throw those in your basket for free. And Carolyn is I'm writing a note here.
I got it written down.
Okay, Devin's got it written down. $25 for Carolyn. I found another one of these mini hangers. If you want it, just put it in there and we'll put that in your basket. And that is all we have for today. We are super glad that you joined us. If you have any questions, you can always let us know. And oh, there's so many of you who want the floss bags. Let's do a drawing. Let's do a drawing for the floss bags because I don't want to separate them because then you just have a little collection of. It might not be as important if you just have a little collection. Okay, I have Elaine and Elaine. Sue Matthews wants that. Elaine, Fran, Candy, and let me get another paper because I saw Susan's name, I think. Susan, Candy, Elaine, Fran. Okay, there's 4 of you. Susan, DeHunt. Okay, I'm going to put these in there, do a drawing, and I might find some more random stuff like that upstairs. I went through, I don't even know how many, I went through 3 bins over the weekend. Oh, well, they're going to be an auction, Donna. They've been waiting to be an auction, but we can never get through the auctions. So these pillows, we can put them on Wednesday's auction. Okay, so is there a kit you will send out for the April 12th applique class? Oh, Sandy. So the collage class, do you have a collage you already want to do? There's no kit. You can do any collage you want. So if you want, I can send you the dragonfly pattern, but I don't have a kit for it yet because I'm still working on it. But I can tell you what you need. You can do, we have a butterfly that we do have a kit for that you could do if you wanted, but it's just a basic applique collage class. So you can pick any pattern you want and do it in that class. Oh, Jenny wants the floss bags too. Okay, hang on a second. Good thing I didn't pick it. Good thing Elaine is keeping me straight. Jenny. Okay, Elaine, you're going to be so sad if you don't win it for being honest. Didn't your mother teach you no good deed goes unpunished? Okay, I'm trying to get it. Okay, here, Devin, pick a number. I mean, pick a name. Okay, and the name is Fran. Okay, Fran, you won the floss bags. If you guys ever win something and you don't want it, just let me know and we'll give it to somebody else. We do not want to give you more clutter. What?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. That's all we have for today. We will see you on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Hopefully I can get Devin to do some spontaneous lives because we have a lot of stuff going on here. But you never know. We always seem to get overwhelmed, like real life. All right. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.